Cynthia Erivo, Prince, and Sinead O'Connor, like, all melded into one. Like, yes, please, give it to me now. Hello, wonderful humans of the internet. How are we? My name is Sam Scott-Thorne, and I'm a vocal coach based in Glasgow. Now, if you'd like to meet and explore your voice a little more, you can find me on sstvocals.com. You can also find me on Patreon and various other social media platforms, and I'll put the handles down below and over there. Now, if you'd like to consider becoming a patron, you have access to things like early release of reactions, you can fast track reactions, become a reaction, there's special roles on my Discord server, and you have access to all sorts of bonus content like my Vocal Anatomy 101 series where we learn how the voice works. So consider becoming a patron and help shape my channel. So I'm just off the back of doing a Cynthia Erivo reaction to Alfie that she did at the Kennedy Center, and this popped up in my suggested videos, and it was her singing Nothing Compares to You, which is a Prince song which was made famous by Sinead O'Connor, who in later years changed her name to Shuhada Sadakat, I think is how you say it. Shuhada. Anyway, this version that she came out with was hauntingly beautiful. It captured everybody's attention globally and turned her into a global superstar. Now, one thing about her was she was fierce. She stood up for what she believed in. Troubled for sure, but oh god, there'll be no one else like her in the world. The way that she connected with that song was just incredible. So we're gonna go and listen to Cynthia doing her version of Nothing Compares to You, and I am so excited because Cynthia Erivo has fast become one of my new favorite voices, and just technically proficient singers. She's fantastic. So to hear her put her spin on this song is just oh, I don't know what my brain is gonna do, but it's gonna be exciting. So let's just go and check it out.
It's been 7 hours and 13 days since you took your love away.
Oh, I said this in the last video. Cynthia connects with a song on a level that is just beyond most people. She channels everything, all the emotion. It comes through her face, it comes through her eyes especially, and her vocal kind of responds to that. It's she lives the songs that she sings. Usually a harsh sibilant sound, a tss, is quite hard to the ear, but when she did that, it's been 7 hours, it didn't matter. It was gorgeous. She managed to blend out a harsh S sound. I don't know how. Little riffs in there too, so she's adding her own kind of touch onto it, but still having respect for the song and giving it the reverence that it deserves. I'm just speechless.
I'd go out every night and sleep all day since you took your love away.
Her little flips are really harsh. That love away. It doesn't quite go into head voice. It almost breaks and goes back onto chest voice, but ever so slightly. It's nothing I've heard before. You would expect that flip to be really, really accentuated, but it's she's almost muted it. I'm gonna have to listen to that again at some point because that was gorgeous.
Since you've been gone, I can do whatever I want. I can see whomever I choose.
Okay, that is the Prince version. That down, now, now, now. Heavy on the electric guitars, heavy on the brass. That is Prince. So maybe we're going in more of a Prince direction than the Sinead or Shuhada version. So this is exciting. It's going to bridge the worlds together. Ooh, she flipped her character on a dime. I don't know if you noticed that I can go wherever I choose or whatever that line was. There was a bit of defiance in there, I'm fine. You're not gonna upset me. She really, really does give you the full story in every line. And that's like so unheard of. Every line is so important. She could actually like twist the story in 5 words.
I could eat my dinner in a fancy restaurant, but nothing, I said nothing can take away these blues. Hey.
That sound that she makes, that classic break on a phrase and adds in an H push, like that little H sound on top just creates a little bit more emotional intensity, creates a wee like break, a wee push. It swells into something slightly more emotional than what came before it. So she's doing this build, and it's stupendous. Her like little vocal trills are not like riffs, they're like little bleats almost, are so tight and so perfect. I can't explain how much I love this woman.
Nothing compares, nothing compares to you. Hey.
That H sound is going to come in a lot, I feel, here. It's literally a cry. So you get emotion out of that. We're emotional creatures. We hear something that sounds like crying, we get emotional. She's going to employ that a lot, I feel, and for good reason. I mean, this is a highly emotionally charged song. You notice when she gets into nothing, she really anchors in. You can see she kind of makes her body really stiff almost in order to create that framework, so the larynx isn't getting blasted with too much effort. You disperse it throughout your body and it creates a stronger sound and a cleaner sound. You see she kind of takes a wee kind of wobble between phrases and then goes back into that like place. She has got the technique down to the ground.
It's been so lonely without you here. I'm like a bird without a song. Nothing can stop these lonely tears from falling. Tell me, baby, 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 where did I go wrong?
Oh, the vibrato is so unbelievably well controlled. Where did I go wrong? It's so strong. You can see there's actually a bit of like a lip quiver or a jaw quiver there. You don't need that in order to create vibrato. I think I said that in the last video of hers. But she's doing it to accentuate an already strong vibrato. She's so good. When she moves up into her higher vocal register, there's a little bit of twang that kind of takes place there. It makes everything a little bit more pointed, a little bit more pressed. It just carries really nicely. She always seems to round it out with a big open wide jaw, so you get the resonance which kind of like settles some of the more pingy sound that would come out. The balance to her voice is just perfection.
I could put my arms around every girl I see, but they only remind me of
You. She's even doing that H sound on an oo kind of sound, which is a lot more pronounced, if you like. That hey is much more common, but ooh less. You kind of get this backward swim to the sound. It does the opposite almost than that push. It's ooh. In my mind, it goes underneath and out. Anyway, I can't.
And when I went to the doctor, guess what he told me? Guess what he told me? He said, boy, you better try to have fun, no matter what you do, 'cause he's a fool. Nothing compares to you.
So it's so bombastic, this performance. Like the amount that I can't even explain. It's like a tour de force. There's a delicateness to Sinead or Shahada's version that is creeping through here in parts, and there's a funky kind of stylized version from Prince. I feel like she's marrying these, but then what she's adding in is power. Like the power of her voice and the power of the band, everything's kind of coming in. It feels like explosions of sound. It's just phenomenal.
Hey!
guitar solo is immense. Again, that that is kind of her signature to me. I've only heard a few things that she's done, but that is where she creates this kind of emotional push, that H sound breaking through phrases and pushing it along further and further each time. Oh, she's just so good, and I love the communication that she has with the band. They are kind of equals here. She's giving the guitarist his flowers. He's giving her flowers. They're just looking at each other like, yeah, we're doing it. And yeah, they are. How strong your voice has to be when you go, and like completely turn your back to the mic when there's all of this going on and you're still getting picked up by the mic. I think if I was to sit in a small room with her and have her sing like that, my head would explode like Scanner style. That is power.
All the flowers that you painted, mama, in the backyard. All died when you went away. I know, living with it, baby, sometimes hard. But I'm willing to give you another try.
The way that she broke down that sequence was very Prince. The kind of almost fitting a conversation in between some of these like chords and beats, rhythm, whatever you want to call it. Like she's fitting the words in between, but not in a way that's like overly sung. It's quite conversational, but because her voice is so strong, it's coming that way anyway. This is like frustration, it's pleading, it's just an expression of emotion in the most human way possible while still keeping it a performance. I hope that makes sense. She is laying it all out on the stage. I cannot tell you, I'm obsessed with this person.
Nothing compares to you.
The strength of her voice is unbelievable. She did most of that with the microphone like under here. So you're getting like not the full Buna, let's put it that way. If she was to do that directly into the mic, I just don't know what would happen. You would probably overfeed the mic. It's such a powerful voice. She sings with her microphone here and her head is going over here. She sings with it here and her voice is going out over the top of it. It's just insane. Once she goes higher in her register, sure, she puts it back in front of her face because you get less harmonics off of a higher pitch sound, because as the vocal folds go up in pitch, they thin out. So that might be a reason that she brings it back up. She knows exactly how to use a microphone. You know, most folk would be like, put it in front of your face and keep it there. She's like, my voice is way too strong for that. I'm gonna have to modify this slightly to be, you know, inhuman. She's whatever planet she came from, I want to go to.
Nothing compares to you.
Oh my days. That end part there, you could almost see like she was pursing her lips and then loosening them slightly and making a woo 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 kind of sound. Add that in with vibrato, you get this like slight push on the sound. It's like a ripple almost. I cannot tell you how good she is. And another thing, I said this in the first video, she sometimes, when she gets into it, she looks like a fire-breathing dragon. Like the way that she like... I love that. Move over, Daenerys. Cynthia Erivo is the new Dragon Queen. I'm just going to lay it down flat. That was incredible, and I now want to see everything she's ever done. So let me know if there's something you know that I don't, and I should know, and put it in the comments, and then I will know. That was a stupid way to say that, wasn't it? Anyway, I hope you liked that reaction. If you did, please give it a like and a thumbs up down below. And if you want to see more from me, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and anytime I have new content, you'll be the first to know. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me. And how are we going to buy this one? I don't know. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me. And if you did like this video, then please subscribe. Subscribe. I love you very much. Bye.